Nobody expected the Seattle Seahawks to be the first team this offseason to cancel their final practices, not because of problems, but because everything was running too well. That's right. Mike Macdonald called off the last 2 OTA sessions because his squad was already ahead of schedule. In a league where chaos usually headlines June, Seattle quietly sent a different message. Full attendance, locked-in energy, 0 distractions. While the rest of the NFL is still sorting out drama, Seattle already looks like a team that's been in sync for months. And what they've built behind closed doors might be more dangerous than anyone realizes. The Seahawks didn't just retool their playbook, they reimagined the entire identity of the franchise. A new quarterback room, a reshaped receiving core, leaders stepping into power we haven't seen before. Sam Darnold is now the man under center, but he's not here to babysit the offense. He's here to change its DNA. Tyler Lockett is gone, DK Metcalf is gone, and still, there's no panic. Instead, the offense is humming with fresh chemistry, unexpected breakout names, and a chip on its shoulder the size of the Pacific Northwest. The national media isn't talking. But inside Seattle's camp, there's a quiet confidence growing louder every day. And at the center of it all is Sam Darnold, a quarterback who's been doubted, replaced, and almost forgotten, but now might be in the best situation of his career. He isn't just fitting in, he's leading. He's commanding. And he might be the most misunderstood move of the entire offseason. But before we crown a comeback, there's something else you need to see. Because what Darnold's doing behind the scenes is only half the story. What he's building on the field. That's where things start to get real. But before we get into that, hit that like and subscribe button for more Seahawks and all the NFL content. Let's aim for 500 likes on this video. Sam Darnold didn't come to Seattle to warm the bench or manage the clock. He came to take over. And the craziest part, the Seahawks front office believes he can. While most teams would have played it safe or held on to a familiar name, Seattle made the bold decision to walk away from Geno Smithhand, not because of stats, but because of something deeper. Leadership, attitude, trust. According to ESPN insider Brady Henderson, the team felt the energy around Geno had gone stale. They wanted a new voice, someone hungrier, someone who didn't just want the job but wanted to own it. And that's exactly what Darnold has been doing since the moment he showed up. After a shaky early practice made headlines, he bounced back fast, sharper, reads, tighter timing, and growing chemistry with Jackson Smith and Jigba and Cooper Kupp. Clint Kubiak's system isn't new to him, and it shows. Every day, Darnold looks more in control of the offense, not just running plays, but running the room. Coaches are noticing, teammates are talking. He's not flashing, he's building. But there's something else brewing behind that steady rise. It's not just Darnold who's making noise. Because while he's stepping forward as QB1, there's someone in the shadows who refuses to wait quietly. A rookie with a work ethic that's shaking the entire locker room. And he might not stay in the shadows for long. Jalen Milroe's doing something rare for a rookie quarterback. He's not asking for a shot, he's taking one. While most first-year QBs spend OTAs learning quietly in the background, Milroe has turned Seattle's camp into his personal proving ground. Coaches aren't pushing him, he's pushing himself. According to offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak, Milroe has been arriving at the facility before sunrise, alone on the field, walking through his playbook before most of the team's even awake. Nobody's telling him to do that, Kubiak said, but he's out there 4:30 in the morning. That tells you everything. The buzz around Milroe isn't just about effort, it's about development. From rookie minicamp to OTAs, the difference is already obvious. Quicker reads, better footwork, improved accuracy. He's not perfect, but he's learning fast. And what makes this even more exciting is what people said before the draft, that Milroe had one of the highest ceilings in the entire class, but would need time. Time he's now squeezing with every early morning rep. And now, the questions are getting louder. If this rookie keeps progressing at this pace, how long can Seattle really afford to keep him on the sideline? Sam Darnold might be the starter today, but Milroe is forcing everyone to think about tomorrow. When Marquez Valdes-Scantling signed with Seattle, most fans shrugged. A depth move, a veteran fill-in, nothing more. But that assumption didn't last long. Because what MVS has shown during OTAs is forcing people inside the building to look twice. He's not just running routes, he's running them clean, sharp, and with a level of polish that's caught coaches off guard. Former Seahawk Michael Bumpus described it best. He just looks smooth. And smooth isn't something you expect from a guy who was cut twice in a year. There's no contact allowed in these drills, sure. But that hasn't stopped MVS from consistently creating separation, snatching balls out of the air with confidence, and moving with a sense of urgency you don't expect from a journeyman receiver. The Seahawks didn't bring him in to be a star, but now they're realizing he might be more than a placeholder. Especially with DK Metcalf gone, this offense needs someone to step up. Still, there's a gap between off-season shine and real-season trust. Can MVS carry this momentum when the pads come on? That answer might decide how far this new offense can really go. But while eyes are locked on the receivers, something even more powerful is building on the other side of the ball. A defensive leader is rising, and he's changing everything. Ernest Jones didn't ease into Seattle's defense, he detonated into it. Ever since arriving via trade, he's become the emotional and physical center of the unit. During OTAs, he didn't just show up, he stood out. Teammates fed off his energy, coaches leaned on his leadership, and rookies, like Tyrese Knight, followed his lead. The transformation has been fast and clear. This defense that once felt disjointed now has a voice, and it's Ernest Jones. He called his first offseason in Seattle special, hinting at something bigger that's brewing, and nobody in that locker room is taking it lightly. The most striking part isn't just what he's doing, it's what he's unlocking around him. Linebackers are moving faster, communication is tighter, everyone looks sharper when Jones is calling the signals. Veteran defensive lineman Jarran Reed publicly credited him for raising the entire group's standard. For a player still in his mid-20s, that's rare. And that's why people inside the building believe he hasn't even hit his peak yet. But great defenses don't just need playmakers, they need glue. Voices that hold the locker room together and keep the standard high. And Seattle has that too. Because while Jones drives the motor, there's another veteran who's quietly controlling the whole tempo, and you'll never guess who's behind the curtain. Jarran Reed has emerged as the quiet leader of the Seahawks, anchoring a young locker room with his voice, mentorship, and presence. More than just a productive player, he's become the standard setter, coaching up Byron Murphy II, pushing the offensive line, and guiding teammates like Ernest Jones and other rookies. His influence is rooted in trust and communication, helping unite the team around a shared mindset. But even with Reed solidifying the culture, there's growing concern beneath the surface, as positional battles on the offensive line hint at deeper instability that could threaten the offense's protection and rhythm. While the spotlight has been on Seattle's quarterbacks and receivers, the offensive line is quietly becoming the team's biggest question mark. Once considered a stable unit, it's now showing signs of internal shakeups, most notably with center Olu Oluwatimi losing first-team reps to the unproven Jalen Sundell. At right guard, Sato Alaumea has unexpectedly slipped behind Christian Haynes and Anthony Bradford, signaling either a breakout from his competitors or a concerning drop-off. These developments, though under the radar, could carry major consequences for a team relying on a new quarterback to lead its offense. In a league where protection equals production, Seattle's unsteady trench situation might be the one flaw hiding in plain sight. So here's the real question. Are we about to witness the most overlooked breakout in the NFL this season? Can Sam Darnold prove everyone wrong? Will Jalen Milroe force the issue sooner than expected? And is this defense already better than we think? Drop your record prediction for the Seahawks below. Who's your breakout player this year? Let's hear it in the comments. If you believe the NFL is sleeping on Seattle, it's time to wake them up.